Welcome to Monkey and Frank. My name is Do and my body is Dom. Today I want to talk about trust. Trust, trust, trust. Trust life, trust God, trust. Ah, it is hard to trust life sometimes, especially when you're so attached to what's going on. Let me give you an example. So today I went for a dip at the Ottawa River, ice dip, and we were meeting the Ottawa Bear Club or plunge or whatever it's called, and they were saying, "Hey, we're gonna meet at around 1 o'clock," and I know at around I have to leave at around certain time and everything like that. And when the time got near, I'm one to start getting a little bit not trusting life. I start thinking like, oh, I don't want to be late, right? So I start preparing and I start looking at the time every 2 minutes to make sure that I leave at the exact right time so that I'm not late. Well, today, when that happened, again, I got caught and I was starting to prepare and I could see like that I was getting caught, that I was going faster than I needed to. And as I was preparing, I go downstairs and I notice, oh, the laundry needed to be changed. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to do that after. And then I realize, hey, wait a minute. Like, you have this in your mind right now that you're not trusting. You know that you're going way too fast and you're not, paying attention to life. You're not looking at the eye of the world and seeing what it's showing you. There is laundry to be done. Do it. And I took a deep breath and I did it. But as soon as I did it, again, I started losing trust a little bit. So I got in the car, I put on my music, but I could feel myself wanting to go a little bit faster. Like I was moving not in a trusting way. I was looking in the future to my destination instead of being here and now and really paying attention to my feeling. And that's where I want to talk to you about. So as I was driving over there, I could feel myself getting pulled again and going a little bit faster. Instead of rolling smoothly, I was getting attached by, oh, now I've got somebody that's tailgating me. I need to move a little bit faster. Or there's somebody going slow in front of me and I'm getting a little bit annoyed that they're not driving fast enough, because what if I'm late? Oh my God, what would happen if I would be late? Nothing. Of course not nothing. Like, so anyways, the trick for me is music. If you have trouble trusting life, so in the car as I was going there, I put on my music and I just started to vibe and to move and to sing and to like move the shoulder and dance as I was driving, and it totally released all the anxiety about my destination. Because I tell you what, music, when you dance, when you sing, you can't help but to be here and now. There is nothing more here and now than to do art. Art, singing, dancing, coloring, whatever it may be, painting, you name it, art, right? Even sex is a form of art if you really see it in the proper way, right? And yeah, try to not be here and now. Well, actually, I say that, and yeah, in the past, yep. So sorry about that. You can look in the future if you. Anyways, let's move on. When I got there, parked the car and I was walking. I was taking my time. It was beautiful. It was sunny. It was warm, 15 degrees with snow. I don't know about you guys, but those are my favorite days. Spring, when it's nice and fresh and there's snow on the ground and the sun is shining and the reflection. Oh, so beautiful. So get to the pond. I get to the place where we do and nobody's there. And even though I was on time, everybody else was late. And I thought to myself, see? And well, not thought to myself. It was more like mother inside my awareness, like, see? See? You were not trusting. No problem. I sit down, I start doing my meditation, and as soon as I sit down, I get a message from my soul brother. I listen to it, I respond, I take my time, I finish, and right away another one of my soul brothers sends me a message. Listen to it, I respond, it's beautiful. I start taking off my clothing, put on my bathing suit. They're still not here. No problem. I do my recording, I do the ice dip, spend 2 minutes and a half or between 2 minutes and 2 minutes and a half in the water, 1 degree Celsius. Oh, so beautiful, so fresh. I've got the video on YouTube. And when I was done, I get dressed, I get dry, put on my backpack, and I start walking back to my car because I needed to go back to work. And they were coming in at the exact same time. And I stopped, had a beautiful conversation with them. There was a new person that was going to go do the ice dip. I introduced myself. We high-fived at the end, and I felt great. So trust life is so important. Now, I wanted to share a shame about that. Another one where I get caught. So with my significant other, it be my children or my wife, when I get caught, which is all the time because I love them so much that I can't be fully myself with them. Like, I'm always afraid, especially around my wife. Like, I'm so afraid to disappoint her. I'm so afraid to hurt her that in the end, when I don't trust, like as I'm having a conversation with her, let's say I would ask her about something and she doesn't agree right away. And because it's my wife and I know that she's the only thing that could stop me from doing that one thing that I'm asking her, I start getting upset. I start getting upset instead, and now I hurt her even more. So on top of not trusting life, on top of not being myself fully, I get caught and I start, getting upset, and I become defensive maybe, or I start trying to convince her. The reality of it is that in that moment, if I open up my heart and I open up my ears and I allow her to say her piece fully with the trust of mother, like mother knows that I want this thing, and if it is meant to be, I'll have it. If not, no worries, and I'll know the reason why, and it's gonna make sense. Don't, like, I keep fighting when I want something. And the worst part is over and over I teach my daughter. Every time she's like, I want this, I can see it. As soon as she says the word want, she gets upset. And I keep telling her, just ask a question. Say, can I, blah, blah, blah. Because, like, the little things, Daddy, I wanted to help you put your coat. And then she gets upset and starts crying. And then I tell her, Dahlia, you got this. Ask a question. If you want to put my coat on with me, just ask me. Just say, can I put your coat on with you, Daddy? And even if I've got my coat on, I'll remove my coat and we'll do it together. So same thing with me. I have, and I'm such a hypocrite, right? And that's the paradox of children. They're teaching you so much. So today, can I, whatever. So, oh yeah, I was continuing with my wife. So the reality is that if I want something, and let's say I need permission from my wife because it involves money or it involves time, we have a responsibility to take care of the kids, the house, we have work, and when it comes to money, we have a responsibility to pay our bills first before we get any type of toys. So when I have a communication with her about my want, the best thing that I can do is open up my heart, trust life, and allow her to say her piece fully. And if I don't like what she's saying, then look at those feelings. What am I not liking about her conversation? Because that's going to reveal what I'm not liking about myself. But for whatever reason, because I've got all this baggage and all this attachment with this woman, I I behave like a baby. I want this, or I get upset and fuck, and I start swearing or whatever, and that's not fair. Like every time, enough. Allow yourself to surrender to the moment. See your feelings for what they are, and I tell you, I've seen it before. The magic is incredible. if you really, really, really trust life and trust God or Mother or a higher purpose, it'd be Allah, it'd be even just trust yourself to be there for another. You know, like just that one alone is huge. And I've got a friend that's been teaching me that so much, that, you know, because I get caught with her as well. Like sometimes she's going to do things, and I think because she's a girl and she reminds me of my wife a little bit, and she's really teaching me to surrender to the what is and really listen with all of your ears. To give space to another person is the biggest gift that you can do. I really truly believe that. The one gift is self-love. That's number one. If you can give yourself the utmost respect, trust, and love, like your being, this body, and then after that, you give space. Because if you give space to yourself, you're going to give space to the other, right? So you go into presence, you open up your heart, and you listen fully, and you give space. I've seen it. At the end, it turns out like that they were scared of something, or that and because I stayed with God and with this stress, then often there's a trauma that gets healed, and people cry, I cry, and it's just amazing to see. To witness it once is something else. To witness it twice, you're like, holy shit, spirituality is real. And to witness it thrice, fourth, oh my God, God is real. Life is so incredible. I looking so forward to die one day. What? You're looking forward to die? You were afraid of death all of your life, and now all of a sudden you're looking forward to die because you have a trust and in God and in life. Wow. I mean, it's something that I wish on everybody. So while we're here, and I'm just spewed a lot of trust thing, I want to talk to Mother and God. God, thank you so much. First of all, I want to send so much gratefulness your way for what you have created. You know, like this life, Mother. Thank you, thank you. Second, I am aware that I'm not the best version of myself right now when it comes to my family, because I'm so attached to them. I love them so much that I'm realizing that through this love, I'm just hurting them because my attachments, my wants are clouding my judgment. You know, I want this. You know, I don't do this, don't do that, clean up, go put your boots over here because I want the house to be clean, or like I've got this attachment of this house, my possessions. God, I have this confusion with my wants, and I'm asking you for help, and whatever guide you can send my way, whatever help you can send my way, whatever frequency, love you can send my way, I would totally appreciate it. And if not, no worries. I will continue to do the work until the day I die, and even after I die, I'll continue to do the work for you. You are such a miracle, and I love you, period. You are love, I am safe. Now, another thing that I was listening to today was Theo Vaughn and Jordan Peterson. And Theo is going through a period where, a stage in his life where he's unable to let go of the past, because the past for him when he was in high school was kind of like a highlight, a peak of where his emotions were stable. And as you get older and older, it gets more and more messed up, and he realizes, you know, that his addictions toward it, be even if his investment, his drugs, alcohol, whatever it is, cigarettes, and they were talking back and forth, and the conclusion, one of the conclusion that came up was the awareness of what you're getting caught with is the biggest clue to what you want in life. So to avoid the darkness that is inside of you, to avoid the monster that lives in the depth of your trauma that you don't even know exists, like traumas that got created from your parents in your formidable years, or traumas, God forbid, like, I don't know why I said that, God forbid, that's ridiculous. Trauma that got created by others, real trauma, physical trauma, emotional trauma. Those are guides for your life to really show you what you want. And without those guides, without those traumas, you wouldn't be able to know or to see the contrast. So often, Theo, what his biggest issue is that he was looking for answers of why can't I just be happy? Why can't I just have no stress and be with others without feeling judged or pressured to be a certain person? Why can't I record these podcasts without the fear of the social justice warrior coming down on my neck? So he's not being fully himself. And that was, what he was like kind of fighting. I want this, I want that. And then Jordan turned it around and said, when you go inwards and you see, your darkness, why do you feel judged? What's going on inside that makes it so that you think that you are being judged? Or when you are being judged, that you're getting bothered? Do you have mommy issues, daddy issues? Did you ever get traumatized? And through those trauma, then you can see the light. You can't have one without the other. And that's where the saying, he was saying, like, original sin, like, you can't run away from that. Sin is a part of life, and it's also a guide. How crazy is that, right? But it made so much sense, because since Peru, since I've came back, the way that I was able to really create a self-love where now I'm living a healthier life was to go through those traumas, and not to just go through them as if like, okay, I see you, now you can get out of the way. No, to experience them again, to feel them, and to surrender to them, to say, what happened to you in the past, I'm no longer frustrated. I see you, I respect it. It's there for a reason. I trust life that whatever happened, it's there, right? And it's going to show me something, and it's going to make me a better person. It's going to make me grow into the soul I'm meant to be. I'm already that soul, like, right? I'm already perfect as it is, but I'm saying, like, there's a reason why we're here. Even though I really believe that my soul is perfect, it doesn't matter. The experiences of this life matters. God matters. And then, but that's the paradox, right? Because psychedelics is going to tell you that everything matters and nothing matters. And it's true, because in the end, you will go back to source. So whatever you've learned it. It's good. Yes, you might create karma and whatever, but that's okay, because that karma is going to make it so that you continue to learn until whatever. What is the goal of this life? Well, I've had a few visions about that lately. For me, the goal of this life is to accept and to surrender and to honor every feeling, the good, the bad, the neutral, all of them. I had a vision the other day of, after I die, I see my body and I'm like, thank you, body, you did a wonderful job, I love you, now I'm going to go see God. And not even being worried about anything, like my wife, my daughter, not being worried that, oh no, they lost their dad and what they're going to do. No, don't worry about that. I'm going to be able to see the past, present, and future on the other side. So there's no need to worry about anything. When you go back to source, time is irrelevant. You're going to be able to, so I had this thought of like, oh man, I'm going to be able to leave my body with fully, like without any attachment of the world. And then when I got on the other side, God, of course, came and meet me. And the first thing I asked him is, God, can I be myself? Can I express myself fully in front of you right now? And he says, yes, of course. And that was the first thing I said to him. Can I? Like, I asked permission. And when he said, of course, and that's where it was unexpected. I love those visions. When you have a vision and then the results are unexpected. When I allowed myself to be fully myself, I was thinking, personally, I thought I was going to go into like a screaming fit to, like, you know, like when you go through all of your traumas in one shot, how the experience of it, I don't know if you've ever done 5-MeO DMT, well, that's what I'm talking about. But no, the vision showed me as if the universe itself opened up its eyes, like as if I am the universe and I opened up my eyes, and it surprised me. I was like, that's so cool. I love that. So it's, you know, can I be fully myself? So I opened my eyes on the other side. And that to me is huge. And I don't know why, but it's huge. It's as if you cannot open your eyes on the other side unless you feel fully worthy, fully yourself, fully, you know, because to open up your eyes and to see the presence of God, to see God for what it is, a lot of people say it's way too much, you're gonna burn up, you know, like I'm not worthy. And I hear stories of like people breaking down and crying and going through the craziest feelings, you know. Listen to some near-death experience videos, some of them talk to, but me, I was able to open up my eyes. I was like, cool. And all day I've had the sensation of like, oh my God, everybody that I've met in this world, even my enemies, I am so looking forward to seeing you on the other side, because I know that you played a part in my journey for the good. Even if I thought in this world that it was like horrible, like I would never want to speak to that person because he hurt me so much, or that person, you know, raped me, or no, like I know from the bottom of my heart that it's a game and we are all playing our part, and everybody has a beautiful soul, and I'm so excited to see each one of you guys' soul. And I'll take my time, because time doesn't matter on the other side, but I'll, you know, it's like as if I'm going to spend an eternity with each one of you to really honor each one of you, because you guys deserve to be honored to the utmost, like fully, seriously, like each one of you I want to honor freaking fully. And the other thing about trust is, in this life, like today, and that came into my awareness, is the idea to be fully yourself in front of another, right? Even though, so let's say I'm at a school, whatever event, and it's for my daughter, and I don't know the other parents. Can I be fully myself in front of them without any fear of being judged? That's hardcore, because what do I hold to my heart, right? Spirituality. So if I hear another parent being miserable and talking frustration about their kids or the school, let's say, yeah, talking, am I going to be a person that follows and be like, yeah, you know, the school should have done this, and maybe it would have been better if they would have. No, fuck that. I'm gonna be like, hey, it's probably meant for a reason. You know, you're frustrated right now about this school, but what is it about it, like, that's frustrating you? Like, what do you have inside of your heart that you think that you might want to look at? Because I'm telling you, maybe the school is not the problem. Maybe the problem is inside of you. I mean, I don't know. But my journey, you know, like to really open up and not be scared that, yeah, I believe in God, or yeah, I love spirituality, or yeah, I believe in frequency. And tell you what, I believe in physics, I believe in science, I believe in everything. The world, the eye of the world, when it speaks to me, it's it's always like not a test, but almost like it's my reflection. It's my so if somebody else is doing something and I feel called to be fully myself and to open up about, and not to preach, you know, I would, the way that I do it personally is I never say like you, is I'm always going to go to my stories. Oh, in my journey, one time I've experienced this and it was showing me, like that's it. And I don't tell them anything. I don't want to say, oh, maybe you this, maybe you that. No, fuck that. Talk in integration. So in Peru, they were telling us about integration circle, right? After every ceremony in the morning, everybody talks about their experience, about the event that they've experienced the night before, and to really go back into those feelings and try to process them so that you can grow spiritually inside of yourself, right? I apply that to the entire freaking world. I never want to even give advice anymore. I just want to tell them my story in hopes that it resonates with them and that they can, trust life. Like that's it. No karma. Karma, I do not want to give karma to no one. None. All I can do is give space and share my story and share my feelings, especially my feelings. When you share your feelings, it's all about going back to how it felt in that experience. And people resonate usually with that. But that's the paradox, right? It's as if I'm telling you guys to talk in story form instead of telling people what to do. But in turns, I'm telling you what to do. So that's such a paradox. But I think you guys are going to forgive me. And you guys, I think, know what I mean. So again, I wanted to say thank you to Mother and thank you to God. Thank you to my cat Jazz. Jazz is God, I swear to God. If there would be a God in cat form, it's my cat. Anytime that I'm so open and like on the right path, he comes right away with his purrs. And so thank you, Jazz, for being in my life. I really, really appreciate you. And I know I feel shame. Like I'm growing. I don't even know why. I don't feel shame. I am going through a journey and this is my path. So if I've done errors in the past, fucking awesome. Hopefully they're going to teach me something. Yo, Monkey and Frank for life. Frank, fucking awesome. Thank you for being with me in this journey as well. I know it's been a while since you've passed, but since you've passed, actually, since this year, since I've created a new relationship with your soul, I feel so blessed. Monkey and Frank for life. Love you guys.